You know the story we've all been told, right? Go to school, get that degree, and a great job will just be waiting for you. But for so many people, that's just not what happens. So today we're going to talk about why. And it all starts with facing an uncomfortable truth. This is the question, isn't it? The one that keeps graduates up at night and makes parents really anxious. I mean, you did everything you were supposed to do. You put in the years, you studied hard, you got the degree. So why does that promised job feel like it's a million miles away? It's a super frustrating feeling, and believe me, it is very real for a lot of people.
All right, so for this explainer, we're just going to be honest about it. No sugarcoating, no easy answers. We are going to look at the system for what it actually is, not what we wish it was, so we can figure out what is really going on here.
So let's start with a belief that is incredibly common, especially in India. This myth of the guaranteed job. It's this idea that, once you finish a certain degree, a job is just the automatic next step. But is that really how the system works? Okay, so here is the first hard truth, and it's a big one. In India, there's no rule, no law, no cosmic agreement that says you're guaranteed a job after you graduate. It's not a legal obligation for the government, for your college, or for any company out there. And that can be tough to hear for sure, but it's the fundamental fact we have to start with to understand everything else. So you might be thinking, well, what's the point of the college then? And that's fair. See, their role is to provide opportunities, things like campus placements, training programs, internships. But you got to see these as pathways, not promises. They totally depend on what companies are looking for, and this is the crucial part, on your skills. Just remember, even the absolute top-tier institutes don't have a 100% placement rate. It's just not a guarantee. And what about government jobs? It's pretty much the same story. Your degree doesn't mean you automatically get placed somewhere. Nope. It's your ticket to enter a massive competition. You've got to write these incredibly tough competitive exams, go head-to-head with hundreds of thousands of other candidates, and then, only then, do you get selected based on pure merit. Your degree gets you to the starting line of the race, but it absolutely does not guarantee you'll finish, let alone win. And look, this is the natural gut punch reaction to hearing all of this. If my degree doesn't guarantee me a job, then what on earth was the point? All that effort, all that money, all that time. What was it all for? It is a completely fair and, honestly, a painful question to ask. So the next question is this just an Indian problem, or are graduates all over the world facing this same reality? Let's zoom out a little and take a look at the global picture. And this is fascinating when you look at it. All around the world, countries have tried to tackle this. You've got places like Germany and Japan, right? They have these really strong systems that blend education with actual on-the-job training. But even there, it's still not a legal guarantee. It's still competitive. Then you've got the Nordic countries, Norway, Sweden, with incredible safety nets. They'll support you with training and welfare if you're unemployed, but they don't just give you a job. At the other ends, you have the free market, like in India and the US, which gives you tons of freedom but basically no safety net. And then you have a fully controlled system where a job is assigned to you, but you give up all freedom to choose your own life. And really, that's what it all boils down to. It's this fundamental trade-off that the world has had to make, a choice between freedom and control. And most of the world has chosen freedom, the freedom to pick your own path, which by definition means there can't be a guaranteed job waiting at the end of it. Okay, so if the system isn't designed to just hand you a job, what is it for? This is where we need to make a really crucial shift in how we think about this whole thing. What is the real purpose of an education? This right here, this gets to the absolute heart of the misunderstanding. The myth we're often sold is that education is like a simple transaction. You put in the study time, you automatically get a job. But the reality is so much deeper. Education is about building something inside you. It's about developing an ability, which then lets you go out and compete. And it's through that competition that you earn your place. I want you to really let this sink in because this might be the most important idea in this entire explainer. Your degree is like a key. It gives you the potential to open a door. It is not the door itself. So, what is that key really for then? It's for building your capability. Those years you spent in college weren't just about memorizing facts to pass a test. They were meant to teach you how to think critically, how to tackle complex problems, how to learn new things really fast, build discipline, and communicate your ideas clearly. Those are the skills that actually matter in the real world. So, how do we put this all together in a way that actually helps? Let's talk about taking this new perspective and using it to build your own path from that degree you earned to real, tangible opportunity. So here's a brand new mental model to try on. Step 1, see school not as a transaction for a job, but as your personal training ground for building real-world skills. Step 2, you have to actively turn those skills into opportunities through personal projects, internships, networking, you name it. And finally, step 3, you take ownership. You stop waiting around for success to be handed to you, and you start creating it for yourself. And this just sums it all up perfectly, doesn't it? School gives you the raw material, the knowledge, the foundation, but success isn't something you learn from a textbook. Success is what happens when you take all that knowledge and you apply it in the real world with your own grit and your own creativity. And that brings us right back to our metaphor. We've established that your degree is a key, but maybe we've been asking the wrong question all along. Maybe the question was never about which door this key can magically open. Maybe the real question is this. Now that your education has given you the key, what door will you build for yourself?